just said it was a routine. Kids come in and automatically start doing it because it's a routine in the classroom. Let's see. 4
Wait, what are you saying? Sorry.
I'm just talking to Dustin on the screen. It's like a billion years. Depends somewhere. All right, Dustin. Here's what our paper says.
Thank you,
It says model, spraying bright colors, dancing and singing are all part of the excitement. T, throwing touchdown balls, the responsibility of the quarterback. E, running is the responsibility of the quarterback. F, and passing is the responsibility of the quarterback. That's right, imitating. Okay. That's gonna fall. Joy of being
Actually, there is so much joy.
compared to first year teaching.
Yep.
You're breaking the model, girl. There's no objects there. You're just birds. You're breaking the model. It's fine. Go for it. You break that model.
Oh, the last part.
The iPad is like not standing. That's it. I think my do nows are too long. My do nows are like 10 minutes every day.
I know. Mine too. Well, not with the share out or just by itself?
Depends. Actually, today we taught dialogue. They never paid so much attention in my life. And I taught them about capitalizing, and he was like, the kid like asked me, he's like, so do I have to capitalize I even when it's not the beginning of a sentence? Yeah. Yeah, you do. Sounds good. Nice to meet you. Bill, you're the one who I have replaced? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Hi. I feel like I'm in the presence of greatness. I feel like I should run into a corner and hide. It's really good. Yeah. I mean, besides the sleep deprived 12-hour, 13-hour, 15-hour days, but it's okay. It's, yeah, really powerful. And I'm in like a great position, so I only have, I'm 19 kids total under mine, but I have
that you're directly.
and then otherwise I just can like really focus on them a lot. Yeah. And like, I hate the planning part. I mean, I love planning, don't get me wrong, but I just, at some point, like, I want to go home and go for a run and do like right off the, it's fine. But I really like having all the time with them because I have this advisor in the middle, and like the main adult in their lives for most of the school day because I have so it's really good. Yeah.
So touchdown ball.
It's kind of
One. Now, I know we don't have the album to try this out. So, let's see. So remember the gerund phrases are used to help make our writing more convincing, perhaps to highlight an argument that we have in our writing. And it's just one of our tools as a writer. So let's see how Vanessa used the model and really used the model sentence to make a sentence that's both clear and convincing. And I know that it is going to be difficult to see, but well, actually, it's fast. So would you mind reading your sentence aloud for us?
Throwing touchdowns, running, and passing are all responsibilities of a quarterback.
Can you do that again, Chris, please?
Throwing touchdowns, running, and passing are all responsibilities of a quarterback.
Great. I'm going to try to like this for okay. And so, let's think about that. Why or how is this a good imitation of the model? And how is what Vanessa did a good imitation of the model?
So, like Vanessa's imitation model list these gerund phrases. So it begins with spring, bright colors, which happens to be the longest one. And Vanessa chose to also start with the longest gerund phrase by saying throwing touchdowns. And then follows that up with like the model saying running and passing, whereas there's the dancing and singing.
So, one way that I think, if I'm hearing you right, we're seeing that Vanessa is modeling by even length, looking for the longest gerund phrase and then adding a single gerund in the list. That is one way, and then it's a good way to imitate that model. Did anyone have a different sequence of the gerund phrases? Julia?
It wasn't a different sequence. My sentence was still slightly different, so sorry.
We'll hold that. Put a different sequencing of the running, the passing, and the throwing. Oh, really? I should have with us. Let's all think about sequencing.
Okay, I'm not sure if this is sequence though. I think it's more what I.
Oh, yeah, so throwing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, you had also the throwing, the running, and the passing sequence. Why would a writer sequence them differently? And maybe this will bring up some of our content knowledge also followers. Yeah, Vanessa.
Well, yeah, this goes along with, I didn't think of this, but running and passing lead to touchdowns. And that's also the reason why I took out throwing touchdown balls. As a football fan, I know it's like not something that's ever said.
Yeah.
Balls is not the good thing. But I think it makes more sense to do running and passing and throwing touchdowns than it does the way I wrote it. So like rushing of how you get a touchdown is from running and passing.
Okay. Greg, you were laughing too. So why explain a little bit what Vanessa is saying for those of us who don't know football? Why did you sequence it differently? Or how did she explain that? How can that also be correct?
I think, well, the reason I was laughing was because in my mind, throwing and passing describe the same phenomenon. So, but I think what she was saying was like when you're familiar with how the game is played, you realize that these happen in a certain sequential order, and so she wanted to rearrange the items that she saw.
Yeah. Did he hear you right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So look, as Vanessa was the writer here, and she saw two ways to do the same kind of sequencing and using the gerund phrases.
I think another reason why I did it in that order wasn't so much as the top sentence, but just because that's how they're listed as A, B, and C. So.
A habit, perhaps a faulty algorithm that we're developing, right? So there's either is correct. maybe depending on what your purpose is as a writer, or even your knowledge of what you're wanting to highlight, or perhaps the sequencing might change the ABC order that we've gotten used to. Another change that Vanessa and others had made when you rewrote the sentence. I saw Vanessa change a verb. I saw Gabe, you changed a verb form. Did anyone else notice yourselves changing the verb form? Yes. So Rachel, what did you do to the verb?
In the model, it says, touchdown ball, storing touchdown balls is a responsibility of the quarterback, and so because we're adding on to multiple actions, the S changes to an R.
So,
And that's, yeah, your subject verb agreement, and so it's a plural. Yeah, the things that are doing the being, yeah, it's plural.
what's another way we can understand that? That's really important. A lot of us have noticed in our writing, when we're getting complex in our sentences, which is great, we're sometimes forgetting those smaller things that we did when we used to do BOLs. We used to change the verb forms, and all of a sudden I noticed that a little bit. So why, what is Rachel saying? Like, why did we change the verb form there?
Well, in the same way that I wouldn't say like Rachel, Paulina, and Juliet is in the room, I would say Rachel, Paulina, and Juliet are in the room because it's plural. There's like more than one of us.
Mm-hmm. And it is plural as in though the name or the action, the one noun by itself is singular, when you put them together they can be a plural noun. Right? And so even though we're connecting all of our three sentences, we might have to, as we've been learning about sentence composing or sentence combining, then you do have to rearrange or you have to watch the form of the verbs. You might have to form the endings of verbs or reformat the verbs to combine sentences. And that's why I think in our class, we're writing our complex sentences and our verbs are getting off again. Anything else we had to do? So I noticed that we had to rearrange, we changed our verb forms. What else did you do as you changed your sentences, as you combined your sentences? Lindsay and Becca have another way. And Olu has, what else do you notice? I know Gage did something else as well that had to do with taking away. What else did you do, Becca?
So I had a moment where I was unsure whether I was going to say, are all responsibilities of a quarterback or of the quarterback, but the model sentence had all part of the excitement, so I went with the quarterback.
So from hearing you right, Becca, and I need football players and those of us with better background knowledge than I'm hearing you say that you changed to the, because up above the model had the and not up.
And one of the throwing touchdown balls had the quarterback, and so that was then an option for me when I was combining.
What is a way to make that, with your background knowledge and your expertise, how would you know that, why would you use the, not And is Vanessa our go-to expert? Okay, so. Why the decision? Because one can choose A just because it's above, or the because it's above. Is there another reason? Maybe there's not. Is there another reason to use the versus
I did a quarterback because those are responsibilities for all quarterbacks. And not like just like, I might say for a specific quarterback, like he needs to stay in the pocket because he's not a good like runner. You know what I mean? But those are all general things that all quarterbacks need to do.
So knowing your purpose and what you're trying to convey, why would an author writer choose the? So if I'm Vanessa, you're saying because that's what all quarterbacks do, right?
I guess you pick the quarterback, and the quarterback can also have that same meaning.
versus the? Is there a difference? Is there not a difference, Rachel?
For me, like, to use the quarterback, it almost brings it, introduces more of an idea of this quarterback, so like a quarterback archetype.
Right, demonstrative is like demonstrating the quarterback, pointing out something of an archetype or a specific quarterback. And Olu?
To build on that, if a writer were writing in the context of the composition of a team, they might use the quarterback does this as opposed to the running back does this.
And to go right off that, like when you'd say you're referring to like a quarterback out of many quarterbacks, rather than the quarterback out of its teammates and the other, as opposed to those other.
Let's take a second, because a lot of ideas before we leave. So I've noticed in this combining activity, we've changed verb forms. We've worked on rearranging for a purpose of sequence, for content of the sentence, or for style, like the long before the short, or because of the sequencing of the act. We had to take out words, and now we're thinking about the level of versus the word the. So let's talk this out with your partner at your table before we leave as your ticket to leave. Talk it out. Would you use a or the in the sentence and why?
I would use A.
Why, Paulina?
Because I think I like the notion of like, this is something for all. I get the reason why you use that, but if I was using this, I would want to stress that.
I think it's A too, now that I see that, because
Certainly from what Rachel said about the archetypal quarterback.
because I think these are also responsibilities of other people on the team.
Yeah, because like running and passing. Right. Also, I am fascinated now by the gerund phrase because we're doing subject-verb agreement and SAT prep, and so
Yeah.
if you had it differently, right?
I'm gonna cut this off.